everybody, it's Tony from Kate's Crafty Closet with another tips, tricks, and techniques with T, or as I like to call it, TT&T with T. So today I'm going to show you how to use liquid watercolor and liquid pixie dust to make an awesome background with a lot of shimmer and a lot of glitter in it. So let's just go ahead and get started. These are just pieces of Strathmore watercolor paper that I went ahead and cut down to a standard A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. If I choose to cut it down later to mat on the front of a card, I have that room left over. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do this. The first thing I'm going to show you with is with the watercolor brush. Like any kind of watercolor brush that you may have on hand will be sufficient enough for this. So this is like a large one that I can do a whole background with. So I'm just going to take the top off and have a little tube in there as well. These liquid watercolors that I'm using today are from Brea Reese. I'm just going to shake it up. May not need to do that, but this is my first time using these in this brand. And these don't have an eyedropper. They have more of a little nozzle on the top that you can squeeze, and you can control the consistency and you can control the intensity of the color that's in there. So I just went ahead and filled it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead with my liquid pixie dust. Make sure you give this a good shake so it's all mixed up. So that's what I'm doing right now, shaking it up. Make sure you hear that little ball shaking in there. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that. This comes with an eyedropper, which is perfect because I can grab an eyedropper full of the liquid pixie dust, and I'm just gonna put the whole eyedropper in there, just because I like a lot of shimmer and stuff. So I got a little bit of blue ink on this, so I'm going to make sure I don't put that back in my bottle, that I will wash it off before I go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to take an eyedropper of water as well. You can put as little or as much water as you want here. I'm going to go 2 eyedrops because it seems to be super intense with color. So, and you can always test it out. If you don't like it, add a little bit more water. And then I'm going to put the top back onto my my watercolor brush, and I'm going to start to prime it, and then I'm going to shake it up a little bit too. But I highly suggest put your lid back on so you don't get like overspray and goes everywhere, all over your desk, all over you. So there we go. We got that kind of shaking up, and I just prime. I try to do it like 3 squirts at a time. That's what I usually like to do, 3 squirts at a time, just to make sure I don't over squeeze it. And you'll start to see it come down into the brush as you squeeze. So I can see it coming into the barrel, and then it'll start to come into the, see how it's starting to come into the bristles of the brush, and you just keep doing it until you get enough on the tip of that brush to start coloring this background. So, and if you want to add water to the paper, you can, but I'm just going to do it like this. And then you'll have to let it dry just so you can see that glitter will shine back, will dry back as the paper dries, the paint dries, and you'll be able to see it so much better. Okay, so that's one way to use the liquid watercolor with the liquid pixie dust. Another way is if you have one of these little palettes right here, you can go ahead and do it like that. So let's go ahead and grab some of the liquid pixie dust. I'm not going to put that one that was with the blue on it. So I'm just going to put a dropper of that in there. I'm going to put a little bit of water as well. Then I have another color of the liquid watercolors from the Brea Reese line. This is pink. So I figure also the pink and the blue would make a purple. That's about 5 drops that I went ahead and did. And here it's like, this is in case you don't really want to use a whole lot, or you don't want to store it in that watercolor brush, you can just have it right here in this, and you can, if it dries up, you can reactivate it with water. So here is the pink. I just have a little small brush, and see how we're getting our purple too as well, because you know, pinkish reddish ones, when you mix with blue, turns purple. So I think it's cool to get a little bit of a gradient, because I'm mixing it a little bit, you're going to see a little bit more of that purple down here in this pink. But just the fact, like just love the look of it. And think I'll go back and just finish this off and the background, and later on maybe put it on a card. I can die cut maybe some words or an image, or even like a heart or something. I just think it's cool how we get that gradient, that purple in the mix of that blue. So, but just remember, you can, when you mix it together, it will basically contaminate it, so to speak. So that is my little tips and tricks and techniques video for today. I don't know if you'll be able to see the shimmer of that liquid pixie dust on here, but as it dries back, you will see it a lot more. And if you want to, you can most certainly go on top and add it separately as well. Just all depends on the look that you want. And so I thank y'all for joining me today. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. Also, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And when that notification bell comes up, go ahead and hit that. That way you are notified each and every time I upload a video to YouTube. And check my social media links, will be also down in the description box. And I will link all the products that I used today in today's video. Like I said, once again, thank y'all for joining me, and y'all have a crafty day, y'all.